Bonjour YouTube. I'm back. I think it's been 11 years. A lot has happened. Okay. Listing. Steve and I got married, and then we moved out, and then we moved again, and then we had a baby, and then we had another baby. The new baby is now 2, and his favorite movie is Cars 3. So naturally, I have seen Cars 3 86,000 times. If you're like me and you watch something 86,000 times, you start to pick up on every tiny little nuance and you start to notice things, especially if you're a big fan of animation like I am. So, guess what we're doing today? I have so many notes. Strap in. Disclaimer, I'm not a NASCAR person, and I don't know anyone who is. Focus. Thank God there's way less Mater in this movie than there was in the second movie. That was too much Mater. He is adorable, and we're going to get into that. He's actually a good friend in this. This was an appropriate use of Mater in this movie. We're going to get into it, but obviously Paul Newman, who was Doc Hudson's voice actor, died long before this movie was made. He was dead even when the second movie was made. So a lot of the problems in this movie stem from the fact that they're trying to create a new plot line featuring a character who's been dead for like 10 years and a voice actor who's been dead for 10 years. So they had to recycle lines that they already had from different projects and try and shoehorn it into a new angle on Lightning and Doc's relationship, and it doesn't work. The soundtrack on this movie is much better than the first one. They get from that country ass bullshit. Now it's rock and roll, so that's fine. Sally in this movie cracks me up because she's barely around. She has 1.5 scenes. Haha, fuck you, Cal. Eat shit. Eat car shit. Owen Wilson's accent in full effect. Class acts. But he does a good job. Owen Wilson does a really good job voice acting, and I think I'm one of those people who think he's a much better screenwriter than he is an actor. Like, Owen Wilson is not a good actor. He's not great. He's not great. But he does have, like, really emotive moments in this movie, and I appreciate that. Inflation people, stay away. Or just stay quiet. But that one's for you, clearly. So a little foreshadowing there, that sign just flashed 196. And we learn multiple times in the movie that that's as fast as Lightning McQueen can go. Which leads to my biggest problem with the entire franchise and with this world, like the lore, the world building. What is the mechanism by which a car can get faster? Because they make it seem like training or exercise will make a car faster. But we know from living that that's not true. A car is made the way it's made. Lightning McQueen is a race car, and all of the cars on the track are race cars. There aren't like 4-door sedans. There's no pickup trucks on the racetrack, meaning Mater can't do training and be a race car because it depends on the way you're made. So how does a race car become a faster race car if it wasn't built to go faster than 196 miles an hour? Okay, anyway. They're so shitty to Cal. Fuck you, Cal. Eat shit, Cal. Eat car shit. He's like 20 miles faster than every car out there, doing their best to go as fast as they can. So I don't know, like... It's unrealistic to me that there's a point at which there's a possibility of beating Jackson Storm unless you became a completely new car. We haven't even made it out of the first 6 minutes of this movie, and already I am agitated. bitch. This is something else I don't get. We don't know how old everyone is. It's not made clear. So they keep calling him old. But they never specify how many years he's even been racing. We know how many years it's been since the last movie was made outside of the movie, but how many years has Lightning been racing? How long has he been the champion? When did the first movie take place? How old was everybody? What is the timeline? Are these cars born this way? Is this car evolution? Are cars just naturally getting faster, or are they built different? They never say, because it ain't that kind of movie. He just blows past him on the first corner. It's like, if he was that fast, then why isn't he lapping all the other 40 some odd cars until he beats them by 8 laps? I don't understand. I don't understand racing, clearly. 196. It's like, that's the way you're built. So I don't understand why he thinks that by training he can get faster. I like all these clever digs he gets in at Lightning for being old. Oh, he's the elder statesman. He's crafty. He's a veteran champ. Like, it's like, old! Old! The forklifts are always like this weird kind of servant class. You know? They're never in front of the camera. They're always just doing like the grunt work. Weird? Weird? Is that weird? That's a little weird, right? Bitch. The soundtrack is so good. The soundtrack's so good to this movie, though. It is. Bitch. Now, here's a scene in which I think something is kind of missing. We never find out why Lightning's tire blows out. Because they're new tires. He just got them. So why did it explode? Because he was trying too hard? Because he was going too fast? For, like, I think it would, if we got, like, a little side shot of, like, Lightning is rushing Guido too much, and Guido doesn't have a chance to do a good job. Like a bolt is missing, and it comes, and the tire shakes, and then it explodes. But we don't get that. As far as we know, Guido did a perfect job, and Lightning is just, like, really impatient to get back out. But, so our answer is kind of like, why did that happen? We don't know. Why hasn't Jackson Storm won already if he's that much faster? Remember when we saw this in the trailer and we were all scared to fucking death? I remember that. The radio's on the shelf. He turns it off by moving his wheel on the floor. Stupid! This whole movie is stupid. Nothing makes sense. How did he get that projector going in the first place? Did he put the reel on the projector and plug it in with his hands? You can see on the floor, there's no button on the floor, so how did he turn off the radio? I'm a little critical of Sally in this, who doesn't express any doubt over whether or not Lightning should get back into the game or not. If you had a partner who was in a very intensely physical and dangerous sport and had a massive wipeout that landed them in the equivalent of the hospital and recovery for months, because they were a little on the older side and the competitors were just wiping the floor with them, and they had this huge accident, wouldn't you be like, are you sure you want to go back? Wouldn't you at least ask? I would ask. She doesn't ask. She's like, get the fuck out of the shed. Get out of here. Get out of my town. Go back on the road. I'm sick of your face. Sally is horny, though, so mood. The stench of unwashed car? That seems like a good place to take a break and talk about today's sponsor. It's like, I don't have a sponsor. No one gives a shit what I'm doing anymore.